Hello guys, it's me again. I'm Veronica, the Healthy Life Coach, and I'm coming at you today, excuse me, with some tips on being a single middle-aged woman from the standpoint of being a mother, a grandmother. Some of us are possibly great grandparents and so on, and just dealing with this generation of kids that, in my opinion, have a sense of entitlement. Um, I think many times we, can tend to feel overwhelmed. Feels like there is a floodgate that opens with, several problems at once. And a lot of times when you're already trying to navigate your own life and make changes or implement some different things that will bring positive conclusions for you, later on in life, it can be a bit overwhelming, especially when you have adult children, but they still need your guidance. Especially, say you have children that are going off to college or are in college. Um, Many times, if, say for example, if they start off in the community college system and they are receiving financial aid, some of that aid does go into their own pocket for their day-to-day expenses, opposed to sometimes going off to the university. The cost can be more expensive, and a lot of times they don't receive any of those funds. And sometimes, being a freshman and going straight off, and you are, dependent upon financial aid, and you maybe not have many scholarships or, other sources, it can be a shocker. It can be a shocker for the entire family and for the student. So basically, what I want to touch on is just preparing our, young adults for, financial experiences as they, grow into adulthood. And we can start, young. You can start, when even with allowances, letting them know, okay, I have, XYZ is my allowance. I want to save towards, this particular toy. And, maybe, start introducing them to fractions. Hey, 10% of my allowance goes for savings. And maybe, you know, another percentage goes to, giving to others, as in the sense of those that are in need, or, if you have a spiritual background, so something in the nature of tithing and so on. But yeah, we can start, at an early age so they can become familiar with saving and, planning for large expenses and things of that nature, because a lot of, basic math skills as far as day-to-day life are not taught in school. So it has to come from us, for example, how to write a check, how to endorse a check, as far as like credit scores. And, if you do get a credit card, um, try to use, less than a third of what um, the actual amount of the card is. And most importantly, teaching them to not, use the card for frivolous things such as just buying fast food and end up paying interest on that purchase. And, encourage them to use the card for things that, they can generally pay off at the end of the month. And sometimes, larger purchases are not able to be done, or be paid off by the end of the month. But planning ahead and creating savings and so on can offset some of that interest that they may have to pay. And another thing is, we, can help our kids get, vehicles, say, for example, a used vehicle. a good, lesson to try and teach, our young adults is how much, if you were to pay that for that car um, in cash, what does that look like? What does the what is the value of that car? So if you're going to finance it and say the car is only worth, 2,000, but if you finance it, you're going to end up paying 8,000. We want to encourage them to do the math and not, get in front of maybe a salesperson and they do the math for them and put them in a situation where, um, they're forced to do the math afterwards and they're not too happy with the outcome. So, excuse me, I am getting over a cold, so therefore, yeah, I have a lot of clearing of the throat, so I apologize for that. But again, I wanted to, get these thoughts off the brain and on to the video, and getting back to, like I said, helping our children be more financially fit and dealing with the floodgate of problems that seem to hit us all at once. What I suggest as far as dealing with the different problems, because, problems or, just different life changes. And when you have children, some of their problems become yours because you're concerned and you want the best for them. But a way that I like to approach them is, number one, I take time to meditate on what is being shared and try not to respond, right away. Take some time, think it through. And I decide, number one, what is in my control? What can I do to help? And if there isn't much I can do to help, be transparent about that. Let them know that. And, sometimes, as parents, especially mothers and grandmothers, we want to, fix it all. We want to take care of it all. But we have to learn to delegate. And sometimes you can help, your kids or grandkids, navigate a solution, but you have to be willing to navigate, to delegate some of those, some of those steps to getting to the solution. You can't take on, all of the work, because that's when you become overwhelmed and exhausted, and then you overlook other things that, are of importance also. So it's important to, like I said, be open to delegating. And while you're delegating, you're also, sorting those thoughts. And, excuse me, as I mentioned, you're sorting the thoughts through and you're delegating. And as you're delegating, more thoughts will come in. So you may sort and delegate some more. And most importantly, don't be in a rush to, come up with a solution. Sometimes, you may have to tell your child or grandchild that, hey, I need to get back to you, give me some time to meditate on this. I want to, take some time and carefully think about this. And the most important step is, when you've gone through that and you know that you've done all that you can do, just stand and give the rest to God. Let God work it out and ask Him to guide you if there's anything that you've missed or a particular way that you should approach the problems. So on that note, this was just a quick video on, navigating having children, adult children, grandchildren, and the different things that we encounter in day-to-day life, the different things that are not taught in schools, but, it's important that we as parents, grandparents, and so on, teach, our kids how to deal with, financial situations, and to prepare financially and not, encounter unneeded debt, especially large amounts of debt. So on that note, I hope that this helps and you be blessed. And if you think this will help someone else, please feel free to share it. And Most importantly, if it's something you resonated with, I would appreciate you liking the video, sharing, and of course, subscribe to so you can find out when I would be creating another video. And I look forward to any questions or concerns that you have, and I will see you on the next video. Have a great day.